shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
The A-School has really helped me create relationships with people that I never deemed possible.
The environment, I think, and in the A-School you just feel like nobody's going to judge you for anything you do.
So you feel a level of acceptance.
Oh, absolutely.
And
a huge level of acceptance.
Community, and it's smaller. Like Scarsdale's a very big school, so having like 80 kids in one little school and just like being with them like twice a week and going on the outing and everything is like a lot. It's kind of a lot different than the high school, I think.
Here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn.
In the 1960s, there was a group of students and teachers at Scarsdale High School who began to discuss the possibility of a more authentic kind of education.
A small democratic community that's based on a lot of principles that we want students to carry out in their future lives and learn how to work amongst each other, but also find an environment where learning is a lot easier and it's more of a team.
It was part of a movement that many people would have described probably more directly as progressive, but it certainly was part of the sort of radical fringe of educational thought at the time.
I learned a lot about empathy and how you put yourself in someone else's shoes, and it's just like I'm much more able to see things from other people's perspective and see both sides. I'm able.
Lawrence Kohlberg, who was working at the Harvard School of Education at the time, was very much interested in using what he had already developed as a theory of moral development and trying it out in small alternative high schools. He was interested in democratic schooling. He was interested in pushing students to develop broader moral perspectives. And so a kind of moral development that grew out of their cognitive development. And so it seemed like a natural match with the academic feature of our program in the larger high school. It used democracy as a fuel. The idea was that the students and the teachers, as had already occurred at the Scarsdale Alternative School, would be the primary vehicle for making decisions about how the school ran and the code of conduct for the students and the responsibilities of both teachers and students within the school.
I've definitely been learning for the purpose of learning a lot more, and I didn't even think that was possible. Like, I knew that it was something I was supposed to do, but I was always just focused on getting an A. And now I'm much more comfortable when I don't get an A, knowing that, okay, I didn't get this, I didn't get what I wanted, but, you know, like, what didn't I know, why didn't I know it? And then if I do some test corrections, even if I don't get like more points for it, I'm happier knowing that I understand it now.
Teachers drive me to try my best and hardest in class. Calling them by their first names and knowing them on a personal level not only makes the experience more interactive, but it also means that they know me as a learner.
It gives me a greater respect for the school system since I'm so close with the teachers. I see like what they go through and what their process is and how they do truly want us to succeed as well, and they're not against you or anything.
It's really nice to know that this is the person that you've become or been over the past 3 years.